Meet the team that doesn't just talk about impact, they ignite it. Jim Morris and producer Rachel.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning. You're so giggly today. Happy Thursday.
Listen, I didn't sleep. I'm not feeling great. So I'm just riding on pure vibes here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thursday.
Showing up for you, showing up for the community. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Sorry you didn't sleep well.
My daughter was sick, and then I got it, obviously, because it's just life. But we move on. It's like the third time this month, though, where I'm just like, I just need a break from getting sick.
We had last night, the dog, I just forgot to let him out before bed, one of the dogs, and he had to use the bathroom. So he got out of the cage, but caught his arm in the cage and was hanging from his arm and like broke his arm last night. So it was like immense. Like Caitlin was screaming, like you would have thought like something terrible happened to our child. Like she was like, screaming. So it was an eventful 10 p.m. last night. And then, that happens and you can't go right to sleep, right? Because
no, that's an adrenaline rush. Did you have to take the dog to the vet, or is his arm broken? Like, what do you do now?
He just slept with me. He slept on me last night, and we took the couch together, him and I, and put on a puppy movie. No, I think he's good. Like, he's definitely limping. He definitely can't put pressure on it, but I don't think it's broken. I think it's not broken. Yeah, twisted up. Yeah, and probably sore. So
yay!
Eventful evenings. Yes.
Those are the best. We love those, and the adrenaline rush. So what's going on? What do you got going on? What's happening in life?
We just got Easter coming up. So, there's a lot of stress, I think, around travel and family. And, I want to reframe a lot of that to I'm grateful and I'm excited.
We get to do this, right?
So it's a lot. 2 kids, 2 dogs, 4 chickens, like 8 hours in the car.
Are the chickens and the dogs coming too?
It's a party. We're all going.
Oh my God. Are you really bringing the chickens? You're not bringing them. I was like, you are? Oh my God.
I'll probably end up bringing chickens home, knowing her dad out in West Virginia. He'll probably pawn some off on me.
Heck yeah, let's do it. Chicken farm. I'll be thinking about you while I'm relaxing and nobody's coming over anymore. My guests canceled last night, which I get it. They're having car issues. It's my oldest son, technically stepson, and his wife. They have 5 kids. And if they can't get the car fixed, I'm not going to pick up 5 kids and 2 adults. I was like, love you. But we're just going to have to pivot. I think I didn't buy groceries yet. I think I would have been more energy drained had I bought like groceries, and because it's a lot of money for like holidays. I'm Italian. And so my husband also gets upset because I overbuy as if 50 people are coming. He's like, it's literally like 11 of us. Why are you cooking for 100? I was like, you never know. So normally old me would be pissed off, right? Like it's a huge holiday. Like I just want to see the kids and the Easter baskets and the, Easter eggs. The goal is to, when they get the car fixed, we'll just pretend Easter another day. And I'm just gonna go with the flow. I was even like, do we just order food and just have it delivered and I don't even have to cook? So I'm proud of myself for not getting sucked into a moment that I would have created as drama. Of course, mom and mother-in-law. I am crazy. I am not crazy, mother-in-law. Where it's like, we have to plan the holidays out, right? Like, whose house are you going to be at? Because we want to see the babies. So I'm proud of myself for not flipping out. I also think I just need a break. Does that make sense? I've been working, like we've been launching this business. I'm running 2 other businesses. I've been running around like crazy. And I just felt like what could have been a moment of, what the F, I was just like, you know what? This is a gift. And now we can just spend the holiday, the 4 of us in our pajamas, eating food and watching movies. And I don't have to freak out. I can pivot. So I'm a little proud of myself about that.
That's huge.
What are your
That's
thoughts,
huge.
Jim?
That's huge. Well, you reframed the situation, and saw the benefit within, a change to your schedule. You're talking to someone. I'm talking about myself here, who's like, I'm very routine. I'm very scheduled. I'm very strategic with my time. So when it gets adjusted or something abruptly changes, I instantly have it, like, I feel that, like, I'm like, "Ugh,
Oh
okay, what
yeah,
do we
like
do? What
right
do we
here, my
do?"
whole body gets like this, like oh, like oh my god. And I also think it's just being attached to the outcome,
Yep.
right? Because you have something in your head you want to happen so badly, and I'm not saying it won't happen. It just won't happen on the actual holiday. What advice do you have for people though? Like what if I did all of a sudden like get anxiety and angry over that, which is an energy drain for me. And it's also an energy drain for that relationship, right? Like I don't want to be the mother-in-law who's like a psycho and has all these high expectations. I'm trying to not be that person. What advice would you have for somebody going through that right now where they have to pivot and they have to sort of understand, okay, things change, things happen.
I'm gonna go back to my micro miracle moments. So, where's the gratitude in the current situation and what's the benefit? We tend to focus on the negative, right? Because it's abruptly been put into our plate and it's change and it's immediate change and we don't have control over it. So by losing control, we can allow that to take and steal all our energy because we just wanted to control it. We just wanted that outcome that you were talking about. I think if you have gratitude around it, and everybody says, "Oh, gratitude, let me just drop into gratitude." I think you just need to sit with it and realize, okay, I'm frustrated. I feel the blood pressure rising. This isn't the outcome I wanted. But what's the micro miracle moment in it? Well, now you get to pour into your immediate family all day long on Sunday. Now maybe you can invite another friend over or open it up to a group that you maybe text, and if you did buy the food, right? Like obviously you didn't, so let's pivot into relaxation mode.
I'm
Let's
like, you're
pivot
stressing me
into
out. I was like, I love people, but no, I've already settled into it's just the 4 of us. Like you,
yeah, and that's probably Jim's extrovert, right? Being like,
yeah.
okay, opened
Yeah.
opportunity for new friends to come through. Let's holler at some folks, right? But like in your case, you want time to relax with the family. You've been running and gunning. You've been going. You've been burning the candle. Like that's a miracle moment, and it's a small one, but in the end, you just drew the line between I've been running around crazy, I've been doing this, we've been building this business, we've been handling that, meeting with this person, creating content for this. Just relax now. You get to do it in your PJs. You don't have to make a big old dinner. You don't have to stress out. And I think we just tend to go, this isn't the plan. Negative emotion, negative emotion, negative emotion. And I'm guilty of this too. I have to work through it a lot. But I think at the end of the day, if I really think it through, a lot of those things happen and it's actually for the better. And I'll give you an example. One of my clients had terminated one of their employees as they were scaling. And I meet with that employee once a week. So I meet with the CEO and then I meet with that employee because I wanted to help him speed up the training process and really get down to like action and not spend 2-3 months training this employee because they were busy. We had our live stream on Tuesdays. He let go of the employee on Monday, And it was like, oh, dang, like I let him go and this and that. And I was like, okay, yep, we got to retrain, we got to rebuild, we got to rehire, all these things. And it started to be a little stressful. Well, for me, I meet with that employee on Tuesdays and we had that live stream event all day. So even though it was a stressful situation for him, there was actually a benefit to me because I didn't have to move the meeting or change the meeting or cancel it. For him, he had some stuff going on in his personal life to where it allowed him to kind of handle some of that this week and not really focus on the employee or training them or following up why they didn't do this or that or the reasons why he was ultimately letting them go. So in the end, yes, it stinks that we just hired this employee a few months ago. It stinks that he's paid me to coach and mentor them directly. It stinks that he has to rehire them. It stinks that I don't get to meet with them and continue to build a relationship and continue to pour into that person. But in the end, it freed his week up to handle some personal stuff. He terminated that person, so he wasn't stressed about their performance. He wasn't stressed about having the tough conversation and saying bye. And then for me, ultimately, the miracle moment was I didn't have to cancel on a client because I love my clients and I never want to reschedule or cancel on them. So out of all that stressful situation, it was actually beneficial to him with what was going on in the current state, and it was beneficial to me of what was going on my current Tuesday evening, going live all day. I think we both were stressed out because we both put a lot of energy into it. The performance drop off was something drastic and quick. So it was abrupt, like, oh crap, and I advised him, hey, address it, and the behavior in the next 40 hours will dictate the future. The next 48 hours was terrible, and we made the decision. It was one of the best decisions. All that to be said, that was a really stressful situation for both of us. We were trying to do a lot of things. We spent a lot of time with that employee, but that micro miracle moment opened up so much more for him and me just in that week. And I think if we focus on the positive and reframe to understand what's the benefit here, what am I missing, what am I seeing, how can I use this to my advantage, I think that at the end of the day, some of the worst things that can come across your desk, whether it's your personal life or your business, and you can navigate it with clarity and the right energy to work through it so you feel good and everybody around you feels good. We just got to be looking for those things. And we often don't because of change. And I don't know how anybody's been brought up on this call, but like immediate change was always a negative reaction or emotion for me growing up my entire life. So I tend to go to that bracket, but now I own the reframe. I own my life. I'm stepping into the game. I create it. So I get to reframe it. And I think that's the challenge that I've had for so long. And as I coach and work with people in our community, it's come up a few times, as well as some of the one-on-one stuff I do with people.
Well, and we also talked previously about how the other person's energy, like pay attention to when things cancel or change, because sometimes it's just meant to be. And I could feel the relief on their end when I was just like, okay, we'll just schedule it a different day instead of being upset. Does that make sense? Because what does me being upset do for anybody? Nothing. So today, right? Nothing.
That is it.
It
right
just hurts
there.
I just hurt my own feelings. Well, I don't want to stress them out anymore, right? It's stressful. You've got 5 kids in a car that doesn't work. Like, and I'm going to be like the crazy person that's like, but you have to get here for Easter. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So today's challenge number 1 is if things change, look at it as a reframe. And what is the micro miracle moment in that reframe? Instead of getting angry, which just hurts you, you're just hurting your own feelings by getting angry. Look at it differently, reframe it, and figure out what the micro miracle moment is instead. I love that. I really do. I think that's amazing.
And I think too is kudos to you and kudos to anybody who takes abrupt change and identifies how they're reacting and the negativity or the anger around it, whatever emotion it is, right? Sadness, depression, anger, whatever. But good for you for just recognizing it and taking control back. And that control is over you, right? We can't control things that we can't control, but you can control your emotions and you can feel through that, right? Oh, I'm angry. This sucks. This pisses me off. Okay. I felt that. Yep. I'm not bottling it in. This is bullshit. This sucks. I really had this great vision. Okay. Boom. Reframe, change. What can I look for the benefit, the micro miracle moment? So that's what I got for today. Happy
I
Thursday,
love it.
everybody.
Happy Thursday, everybody. That was amazing. All right. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.